depending on the situation, we may only have these two. But seeing as we only have 2 video games programmed for this particular season, so Rockman can't aim diagonally either. Down. Okay, so I am going to be a little going to be a little frugal with my shooting, but I think I'm not sure, because in the end it is okay, so we either kill them or don't kill them. We know some of them just hit us regardless. By the way, how do you go around this particular challenge? I don't think there's any like a way around it. You need to take hits, right? It looks that way. I'm not familiar with the franchise, as I have mentioned, but I don't think you can do a no-hit run in these kind of games, regardless of how I'm curious, regardless of how powerful or proficient you are, right? I'm not sure. Like I mentioned, I am just barely exploring this, so I'm up for surprises still, but it doesn't look like it. I'm going perhaps to start shooting, yet I don't want to do it like on a convenient basis, but I think I'm going to, or not. I feel kind of sad. Look at how empty this environment is after we killed the only inhabitant that there was there. So I think we are going to still be masochistic enough to be taking many of the hits. Okay, but not the ones that we can avoid, right? Okay. Well, anyways, for the time being, I'm going to be concentrating a little more on the game, so I'm going to be leaving you with some of this music that I have repeated like 5 times already, because I find it to be that good, but not because I'm finding it to be that good is the reason that I'm repeating it 5 or 6 times. I have trolled back all the list because I want to have this song on stream, and I think right now it's not being listened to because of my very, very wonderful and interesting anecdotes and dissertations. Therefore, I'm going to be shutting up for a while now. But don't worry, because we will come back. Remember, you're watching us at TALEX9. This that you're watching is Rockman and Forte, Mirai no something Chousensha. Rockman and Forte, Mirai Kara no Chousensha. Mirai Kara no Chousensha. I'm not going to be able to remember that, but hopefully I do. Oh yeah, very, 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 very timely stream elements. Rockman and Forte, Mirai Kara no Chousensha. Hopefully it has been of your enjoyment. Remember, you're watching us first stream live on Twitch.tv. And don't forget to follow our channel, because you will be able to get notifications for where we go live if you have them available on the platform, or you will be able to see our stream on your homepage when you enter at Twitch.tv, be it by your browser, your web browser, or your mobile app, or any other of the very intriguing and wonderful methods that this particular system have available for its users to access it, right? Okay. Also, don't forget to check out our banners below, because we have also content available on Facebook, on YouTube. You are able to check our Stream Tips webpage if you want to participate using your PayPal account. And last but not least, if you write !info in chat, you will be able to find out a link for our Discord server. So without further ado, I will leave you right now with this. This is by Juice, it's called I Need You, and following shortly after is going to be a song by Armin van Buuren called Gypsy. Hopefully both of them are of your enjoyment, and as well as all of the others that are coming or going to come after it. Hopefully none of them or many of them don't get copyright stricken. But if you're watching this video as a video on demand, remember that those long and uncomfortable pauses of silence are usually because there is some copyrighted music being played, and thus the platform mutes us for a while. So don't go away, because we'll be right back in just a short moment with more sound, be it by my wonderful commentaries or be it by the music if it gets muted. Anyways, once again, hopefully the show has been of your enjoyment, and thank you very much to all of our participants and collaborators, especially the ones in chat, especially Stream Elements, even if it came with the solution to our forgetfulness of and language barrier limitations with the reading of the title of the game. So, Chousensha Forte, Mirai Chousensha. Hopefully I'm not saying that too wrong. And we'll be back in just a short while, so stay tuned and hopefully you're enjoying.
An army of rams. How quaint.
Negative on the grenade launcher.
Wir schreiben das Jahr 1492. Furchtlose Abenteurer kommen an die Höfe von England, Frankreich und Spanien, die begierig darauf sind, den Atlantik zu überqueren, um eine Route nach China und Südostasien zu finden. Werden sie einen neuen Handelsweg etablieren und unsagbare Reichtümer an Asiens Küste entdecken? Oder werden sie vielleicht auf der Reise vor unbekannten Ländern auf Grund laufen? Werden die Ureinwohner das angebotene Wissen und die Aussichten auf Handel wohlwollend annehmen, oder werden sie die Eindringlinge bekämpfen? Welche Reichtümer, welcher Ruhm und welche Möglichkeiten erwarten die Bezwinger der unbekannten Tiefen? Welchen Weg werdet ihr wählen? Wer wird in dem Kampf um die Vorherrschaft in dieser neuen Welt siegen?
Okay, so my appreciation on the subject. Wow, is this game difficult? I'm getting reminiscences of other games of the same style, such as a Cuphead that we played recently. But since over here we're not using any of the cheats, it can tell our lack of ability in the subject. Nevertheless, I feel that we have improved, even if slightly, throughout all of these gameplays, but slightly being the key word here. This boss follows like really difficult patterns. I don't like using patterns, the worst patterns, but and I'm definitely trying not to abuse it. Right? I still keep jumping. I still keep it dynamic. Keep it. I don't know, I try to not just stand where I know that it's not going to land, where it's going to land, and if I do it, then I will eventually try to even it out by jumping or close to where the blobs that it is throwing at me are close nearby, but I'm not doing a very good job at it. So I'm not even all that efficient at trying to read where it is that it's going to throw them, and I'm trying really hard not to pay attention on whether or not they always land on the same place, or if they are able to land like ever so slightly close. Because as I have mentioned in the past, I don't like to abuse the mechanics, so I try to even out the odds, even though it's not even that necessary, because it's not like we're winning the game all that much. Well, I'm trying to keep it very interesting, right? So hopefully it can be told, and it's not like, wow, why is this guy so bad? Because I'm not doing well even by standards of what it is that I'm trying to accomplish here, I believe. But I feel that it's going to be a more organic gameplay and ending whenever it happens than what I have seen in the past of just trying to follow the same pattern and the same proven strategy, right? if that's a way we can call it. I don't like following strategies. I like following whatever may come, right, depending on the situation. But like I mentioned, I'm doing so badly at avoiding these blobs. They're like, they don't look like they're that big, but it doesn't matter where I move, I keep catching them. I feel like I'm trying to catch them rather than trying to avoid them. I can't for the life of me avoid them efficiently, even trying really hard. The closest thing I can do at times is just stand more or less where I think they are not going to fall and not be trapped by them sometimes. But I don't like doing that. I like moving and not like that. I like that, moving and not catching it up. But it doesn't happen all that often. I'm quite sure. I'm not sure what I'm doing right or wrong, but I'm quite sure that the hitboxes are even slightly bigger than what they may appear. So I'm not sure if it's recurrent on Mega Man series, but in here it looks really unforgiving. Like, wow, I'm not sure. I'm tempted to go at it. See that? For a second there I thought I was completely out of its reach. So I'm definitely not sure about how forgiving these hitboxes are, even if they are forgiving or even if they are actually misleading and we are just landing wrongly. Anyways, we're now going to be changing to some Forte rather than Rockman, and I wanted to share a couple of things also on the subject of gameplay. You know that we're following the same mechanics, the same non-mechanic philosophy throughout the game, trying to avoid as much by moving and not exactly by genocide. But even for those standards, I don't think we're doing all that badly. Like, all in all, the game does feel really difficult, and in some places I can't help but to feel that you have no choice but to take the hit. I may be wrong, I may be overlooking something, I may not be very good at this kind of gameplay genre. I don't know. I honestly enjoy it, so I feel like I have fell in that trap more than once. I feel like I'd rather treat it like a playground rather than like a Souls game. But not sure if I'm in the wrong here, and this is just like a very elitist product that should only be attempted, right, I forgot. Should only be attempted by the most able amongst us. I don't know, but I enjoy still, so don't judge me when I say that throughout my mind the thought of using cheats that allow me to invincibly waltz through all of these are present. Nevertheless, like I mentioned, maybe we're not even doing all that bad, because we did manage to reach the boss. Oddly enough, I wasn't actually expecting that, and even though we're not close to finishing it, we're not that far either, I believe. Although it was kind of a fluke, we were not able to reach the boss afterwards, but it's still a victory. Even if it is a small one, I feel it to be a victory, so hopefully I'm not over-exalting my... I'm quite sure that I'm quite sure this is going the other way around. I hope I'm not over exalting my abilities here, but well, it's level 1 after all anyway, so we're not even able to say that we are, I wouldn't say efficient, I wouldn't say able, I would say fit for these particular kinds of games. If we're not using vulnerability code, nevertheless, I'm more than likely to have already been biased by the usage of so many cheats that right now my abilities and my skills are even more likely to be I don't think we can dodge these ones. My abilities may by now already start having become numbed or rusted out of that exact same exercise, right, and practice and I don't think it's only old age, as I often try to blame it on, but rather maybe just that, just facilism, or like just looking to do something that's considerably more easy, less demanding, about more mediocre, right? But nonetheless, I think I almost forgot to do something. Okay, let's go check, because I haven't been able to have 2 different save states. So I think as of now, that's like the biggest kind of cheat we have been using, having different saves, or rather reloading the save, because it can become kind of fastidious to just go back at the beginning of the stuff every and each single time. So I have been unable to do a second save game, which is in my opinion odd, but regardless, let's just see if we can do it this way. Alright, okay, so let's save first. I don't want to make a mistake here. Let's try to keep our Rockman save and a Forte save right in front of the boss. Which, speaking of Cuphead, that may be the reason why it reminded me of Cuphead so much. It looks, oddly enough, in my opinion, very similar to Cuphead's first boss as well, doesn't it? The one that's like, I don't recall the names, I know it's like Blobby the Blob or something like that. Okay, let's see. Now we're going to be trying to change. Let's do a copy of this one. Actually, let's even give them names. Let's give them names. Alright? Yeah, let's play this smart. The cheat engine before cheat engine. Okay. Which I'm also somewhat motivated or enticed to check if it works. It should work, but I'm not sure if it could potentially be more difficult with all of the address handling and whatnot. Okay, so right now we have a Rockman and a Forte. So in theory, if I make a copy of this one, Rockman copy, and let's just change the name of this one to 2, and let's change the name of this one to just plain. If we do this and I do a load with F4, that's not good. Why is it not working? That's really not good. Why is it not working? Could we have had them like backwards? Okay, this is supposed to be the save game, right? So Let's delete this one. If we delete this one and we try to do a load, it probably shouldn't be doing anything, but it does still do it, does it? So that's kind of odd and kind of bad as well. I don't know what we're doing wrong here. I don't know what I'm doing wrong here, but save state options, state index. Let's go with 1 and do a load state. Nope, it just keeps doing the auto, and I'm not sure which one that is. I tried already changing the save slot from auto, which would be this number 0, into other save states with no avail. It just keeps saying that it's going to save it on save state. I know, these saves are not save games. These saves are something else, right? Like, these are the saves that the game does periodically, probably, of the there we go. What a big mistake. What a big mistake. Yes, because saves is one thing, states is another thing. That's too bad. Okay, so let's say we have a copy here which we're going to be calling Forte, like we were trying to do with our previous one. It's too bad. You know how difficult it was to reach over here, or up to this place with Rockman, and we did it with full lives, right? We had like two lives. That's never gonna happen again. Okay, so if we move ever so slightly to, let's say, here, and we once again save, right? So if we load, we're here. If we move and we load, we're here. And yeah, this is all very, very reasonable. It's too bad that I did not think it through at the start and thought that the save was a different thing. What a bad happening. We had such a good save state there. If we move all the way here and we do a load, there we go. Okay, now we know it, now we can do it. But unfortunately though, it's quite late for our Rockman save. Well, let's go with it. Let's see what we can do with Forte against Blobby the Blob over here. Okay, we're dead. So dumb. Okay, let's go back. Let's go back. I just wanted to move this mouse, and even though we could have just continued, I think I wanted to move the mouse the whole way around. I was going to say, oh, this is going to be so easy, look at me jumping, and then I went, what? I'm going to assume we had like very little HP remaining, otherwise this is going to be very impossible if our little friend Forte here is not Forte enough to hold even, wow, what am I doing so wrong? So a couple of differences here for those of you not familiar with the game. It turns out that Rockman can shoot and move, but Forte can't. But Rockman can only shoot but Forte can shoot faster, and Rockman can only shoot a few bees at a time. So Forte has that advantage, but we can't move, so it makes it even more difficult to do my technique here of moving and shooting, which I'll call it a technique, but in reality, since it has been so how do you call it when something is not inefficient? Yes, since it has been so inefficient, I wouldn't even be all that certain to call it a technique, rather just an attempt in lack of a more descriptive word. Wow, that's a really depressive one. This is not that great of a save state, because we only have technically just one life left, but that Rockman one was perfect. It had 2 lives left, and even on the second life, gosh darn it, I don't think this is like strategically adequate. Even I'm not even able to do it even by industry standards, right? Like, people tend to do that, and it goes well for them, and I'm trying as best as I can to do it, and I'm not very good at this. And okay, let's do just a small more layer of cheats. Wow, that's different. For the most part. Not sure if this is like really much better. If you ask me, I'm liking this already a lot. Darn, see, I'm not even making it up. The hitboxes are insanely unforgiving. You're not even... I didn't even touch that blob and it already attached to me. So, yeah, this game is as tough as it gets and as tough as it seems. I'm liking the possibilities of this slow motion camera. It allows me to... Wow! This is difficult, even with cheats, as I have said before, whenever my abilities prove. See, it's not the hitbox. It is the hitbox. It's not the hitbox that it should be. It's really unforgiving. Like, okay. So I think the magic is over. And oh my gosh! And now I just remember that Forte is not exactly hitting hard. So look at the enemy's HP bar. It's like unscattered. We probably haven't even done anything to it. Not to mention that sometimes we don't even do anything to it regardless. I would have guessed that this mean looking guy would be the one hitting for most damage. Seems not. And now I'm just noticing, or a while ago, I started noticing what I think their motives are. I think Rockman may be like a caterpillar or something like that. Don't quote me on that one, but maybe do quote me on this one. It looks like Forte is like a bat, right? That will explain that orderly hairdo there. But most importantly, I believe it explains the double jumping mechanics and how it can shoot faster. I don't know, it feels more nimble, more like a bat. Whereas Rockman is obviously stronger, but more sturdy, more... Well, it's like a rat, but to not assume that it is anthropomorphized rock, I went on to think, okay, so Pokemon 101, what else could it be? You know, it looks like a caterpillar sort of, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't know. I am welcome to other theories, but I don't think anybody can disagree on the similarities between this Forte and a bat, and it definitely looks different from its future appearances. This is Zero, right? Like, it is the one that gets called in the future Zero along with Mega Man, right? I'm not sure, but all evidences point toward it. Like I mentioned, I may just be completely ignorant of the franchise, and this may be a totally different character from Zero, but it doesn't look like it. Although Zero uses a sword, and it's kind of its own different thing. It may just be another character. Maybe it is like how everybody thought that Princess Peach and Princess Daisy were the same princess. And was the other one Pauline? There was also a Princess Pauline at one point or another. But before further studies on the matter, I'm not sure if everybody, but I'm quite sure that I felt they were the same princess. I thought they were Princess Peach all along. Damn, these blobs are unforgiving and super difficult. I doubt we're ever going to be able to do this without speed hack. Or rather, do we want to go back to doing this without speed hack? For me, it's way more relaxing, but is it fun still to watch? I'm not sure. It probably is, but is it more fun? Less fun? No fun. Like, I'm thinking it may be, like, probably, but it may be still fun, not that it may not be fun. It may still be fun in a different way, right? I feel more freedom of movement. I believe I can do more moves that don't go as punish as it goes when I am playing full speed. And not just that, but I am also able to free myself from the blob and lose less HP. So all in all, I am getting a big number of advantages from the speed hack. Yet I'm not sure, for the purists out there, just about how much of a betrayal I may be doing. Though, should I be concerned about that all that much? I sometimes think I should, right? Like, but the reality being that maybe not. It does give me a lot more time to react and to think what it is that I want to do. Okay, so maybe it's not just about audiences and loyalty points and all of that, but it definitely worries me a little bit on whether or not, like I was mentioning a while ago, I may be losing some of my agility, even not even abilities, but agility all along, because of constant use and abuse of cheats. You know, it's like drugs. If you use them too much, you may end up into trouble, or so they say, right? Although some of the results have some of the not first-hand experience, but first-hand appreciations may lead me to believe that it may be the case, even beyond or regardless of evidence that may or may not be tampered, depending on how paranoid you find yourself to be in regards of, now the hitboxes are not even close, right? I could have sworn I even stepped on it, but nothing happened. I don't know, if you ask me, I'm having way more fun, because not only are we able to have a lot more versatility in our movement, we are also, look at this, when was I going to be able to do that kind of funny thing when it goes that fast? You know, it's more than just one thing, it's a lot of things. Yeah, it is a lot of things. So unless I develop like really fast motor skills and reflexes to be able to do just exactly that without the speed hack, I don't think I'm going to be able to play the game in the same way, right? Not to say that I am doing a great job here, I am still not doing a considerably noteworthy performance, but we would have died like 20 times by now. Yeah, it has a lot of advantages. It does have some disadvantages, most noticeably the possibility of my numbing or rusting, as mentioned in hypothesis, in theory, a couple of minutes ago. But then again, I'm also I don't think I was doing all that bad, especially considering the methodology. If I were to just try to cheat my way out of where it's going to land, well, that's debatable, because now I can do it and I'm doing it. Maybe I wasn't doing it before because I was unable to do it, right? So I'm not sure. I was trying to like move whenever they were shot, and I sometimes didn't know whether or not I was going to land on them or not. But now that I'm doing that like on purpose to try to discredit my own statements, but not exactly. I'm not entirely. I'm trying to do both. I'm trying to, not abuse the fact that I am now more able to see where they are going to land, but at the same time not try to the opposite. What did I just say? And well, the opposite of that. I totally couldn't construct that sentence back again from what we had. What we left there. So yes, troubles all around. And in spite of all of this cheating engine that we're using, fortunately it's something that's considerably, I think one of the biggest advantages is that the blobs are not taking all that much health from us. And that could potentially be another way to play, right? Yes, slow when we are caught by blobs, but and there's a lot of things in place. Like, I don't think we can do all these short jumps and fast shooting the same way as we are doing it in normal speed, right? Like, now even a chance. Did you notice that? That was impossible. It felt like a different game, or I was completely unable to even respond. See, that's what is getting me most concerned. I'm getting used to something that's really slow, and I can react to it. Well, who couldn't? But is that okay? Who's going to judge me? Sometimes I think, but at other times I believe that even if you don't want to, you're not judged, but tested each and every single moment and each and every single day. Maybe I shouldn't be worried about those kind of things nowadays. I'm already somewhat old, but even then, is it a thing? Is it a thing? It is important to have quick reflexes in this life. Nevertheless, an exercise that I have found to be somewhat useful in order to learn a couple of skills. Let's say if you want to learn how to play a song, sometimes it is easier if you play it first in a slow manner, right? At the very least, it seems like this time we have a chance to win. was the last time we only had like a small chance at one of the occasions, right? I don't know what to think. It obviously isn't as impressive to do so as it is to do so with its original speed. Even more so if you're doing it like with a hack speed, an inverse hack speed, and try to do it while it goes really fast. That would probably be noteworthy and praiseworthy. But beyond the noting and the praising, I feel is important because of what I'm mentioning, the ability development. Hopefully I'm still developing some other set of abilities by playing in this particular fashion and manner, right? Maybe not some that are as important, interesting, or able to allow for the preservation of life on this particular earth or life, or call it as you will. Though, well, sloths are known for being alive, and those are somewhat slow creatures, right? So I'm wondering if it even is a way to be a possibility in a way, right? Well, I can just say this. We have lasted on this particular gameplay, on this particular occasion, way more than we have on any of our previous attempts, right? I don't think that I need proof of that. I think we can all empirically state that to be a fact. Well, not entirely, because obviously we're going in slow motion, so it's definitely to actually ascertain how much time will pass. Had the slow motion not be activated, but well, I think we only managed to do one time this kind of close. This kind of close one. I was just wondering, does this Forte look like Frost? Jack Frost in Persona. If I found no problem, that's why we have body bands going to be replaced with my parts are going to be replaced by other parts. That could be a possibility. Nonetheless, I feel that even if it's perhaps not as impressive, there's still some charm to be found in this kind of gameplay. The whole point of trainers being, at times I believe, they're called trainers, right? So they're supposed to train you in a way. This is not exactly a trainer that we're using, but the mechanics are more or less similar at times. In other words, you cheat and you become better at it. That's a possibility, not a fact, right? So you may become better at it, but do you actually become better at it? Or do you just become an addict, which I am right now? I'm an addict to cheating. I'm an addict to cheat, and I don't know if I should be ashamed of it. I don't know, what is my opinion or the audience's opinion on Cuphead gameplay. I haven't gone back to seeing it again. It's a little different, of course. It's not a slow motion, but it still is different from original gameplay, and definitely less rewarding in a way, right? I wonder if it's because it's difficult, or if it's because it is a task you're entitled with. Especially it may just be because it is a task you're entitled with by other humans, right? That's what basically video games are. They are challenges, they are tasks, and cheating on your task on your challenge really is word of praise. Right? Not just that, but not just is it not worthy of praise, but sometimes even the opposite, worthy of shame. So I'm not sure, but why is that? Because I don't know. I think it may just be something ingrained on us, and the false promise of recognition making you a more likable social creature. Thus, obviously, I would say that it could potentially be more attractive, because on the what's the term, on the basis of it technically being or allowing the viewer by learning to as well become an equally likable or admire. And I knew it. I was going to extend that a little further. But look at our score. It wasn't bad. It was like it was very, very close. I feel like it could have gone either way, right? I don't know. I think it wasn't bad. So in my opinion, it was an okay gameplay. It wasn't bad. It wasn't. I don't know what to think. I had fun. That's not to say that playing it with normal speed wasn't fun. It was two very different kinds of fun, right? One of them is way less frustrating, and I'm not sure why even to be all that much interested about what's usual or normal, right? I don't know. I saw I think that's the whole point. I shouldn't in the first place be doing it to get other people's recognition, as well as people shouldn't be watching the gameplay just to learn something, be it knowledge or mechanically wise, just to get other people's recognitions. I think if the gameplay is fun to watch, that's what's important. But obviously that's a concept that is going to be somewhat waned by other people's opinions. Even if you think you are the most independent kind of person, independent and what would you call a person that with its own mind, that only individual, right? Independent and individual kind of person. I think that nobody is able to completely externalize themselves from public opinion. Well, anyways, I will for the moment being leave you, because I am going to grab a bite to eat. So as usual, I'm not entirely sure when we are going to be returning. Hopefully today. Hopefully I'm feeling alright. I don't think I am not feeling alright right now, so I think there's a high chance that we will be playing again today. Nevertheless, there is a high chance that the game that we will be playing again today is not going to be this one, but rather the other one, just to give it a little bit of shuffling in it. So expect the unexpected, but don't fear, because the other game is also of a very important franchise and of a very well-known and liked sport. Of course, not by me. That's exactly my biggest worry and concern. I have never played that sport, even though it is widely known and very popular. So I don't know the rules of the sport, so I'm going to be just winging it, basically. So if this sounds interesting and enticing to you, I recommend that you stay tuned. As usual, follow the channel, because if you do so, you should be seeing notifications on your email for when we go live, and you should be seeing us on your homepage, right? A screen where you will be able to know when we are streaming, right? Otherwise, just be sure to come back to the channel at a later date, and you will be able to find the highlights on the video on demands. No, maybe not today, or rather, you will be finding the video recording today, but the video on demand at a later date when we hopefully back it up before we lose it. Remember, you have been watching us at TAL EX9 first stream live on Twitch.tv. This that you have been watching, this wonderful game that I hope you have enjoyed, that you have been watching, is Rockman and Forte Mirai Kara no Chousensha. I can only remember the Mirai. I was trying to do it slowly until I can find the name, and I did it, but still too slow. Mirai Kara no Chousensha. I don't know what any of that means, but I believe it must be something around the lines of looking or image or something. And Chousensha it shouldn't, but it could be something around the lines of shoes. A lot of mediocre on my side, right? But what's the point in the end? How much do I want or not want to do what's considered to be growth, rather than just have a good time, right? I don't know. Sometimes I think we're just too overly competitive, even though, of course, life is difficult. So not competing could definitely put anybody at a disadvantage. Overly competing can get you killed too. And a point in the middle doesn't exist, because there isn't a middle point. There's just one thing, the other, or the constant realization that you could be at one or the other extreme a little more. So there's never going to be a satisfaction on that matter, if you ask me. So just do what feels right at the moment. And for me right now, I think at the moment feels better or more righteous to not be stressed so much, or not to be worried so much. Nevertheless, I do hope that when we come back to the game, we'll do it with road mode. Sometimes we play it fast, sometimes we don't. But let's see what happens, because I don't know. I should definitely check on the results before making any decisions. Nevertheless, if we ever want to make progress, chances are we're going to end up using slow motion mode. Maybe not as slow. Maybe we can have it a little faster, and thus making it still exciting. Although that last battle, if you ask me, was very exciting. I don't know. I'll leave it to the audience's opinion in the end. But I will try to rewatch it as soon as possible and make myself of an opinion. Without further ado, I once again thank you and bid you farewell, hoping that we'll see each other at a later date. So, have a very nice, wonderful evening, and have a very nice, wonderful rest. I'll talk to everybody later then. Bye now.
Bye.